All right, so today's video, we got a Reinhardt in silver. No, it's a Reinhardt in silver. Says it's tough because their Widow won't switch and their Mercy keeps going for reses in the middle, so it's very much sounds like they're not happy with how their Widow and their Mercy are playing, and they think that they made the game difficult. But did they? I don't know, because we're about to find out on this channel. Sub to the YouTube if you haven't, just because then you follow the channels. All right, I'll see you on the, you'll see I'm gonna be on the, so the intro's gonna go to the webcam, so you're gonna see me like, it's gonna be like a webcam, you'll see, it's super sweet. All right, so your comp is Moira, Kiriko. Wait, where's your Mercy Widow? You don't even have a Mercy here. Wait, what am I watching? No webcam? I was thinking if your chat was paying attention. Yeah, apparently I told the intro was incorrect. Look at that. So far, so good. Your team's, your team's playing fairly well, I'd say. Honestly, a good start on Ryan. Are you ready? It's time. Oh, it's a big slam time. You ready? Here we go. Big slam! Big slam! Oh, hopefully that was a good bit. You like that bit, chat? That was pretty good. Big slam! Good to see a big slam. Cold Ramen, thanks 100 bits. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. So far, so good. The comp you're playing against is tough. Nice charge. I mean, so far, you've been playing fairly well, all things considered. But, like, right now, I don't really have... Like, you're playing behind walls. You're setting up big slam! I'm not doing that again, so don't worry. Nice. I mean, yeah, like, believe it or not, your supports are playing, like, very well so far. And so, like, I'm trying to find the part of the game where you said, like, oh, your Widow wouldn't switch and your Mercy was... not playing well and going for reses, but, like, one, you don't have a Mercy yet. And two, your Widow's playing fine. So I'm still kind of waiting to see what happens. This is silver. That's a soldier ult with 1 HP. All right, good job flanking. You certainly have put yourself in a predicament. In that situation, you probably don't want to rotate through there after you get the elim. Your best bet is to rotate out. Because at that point, you're going to basically make it impossible for your teammates to have any sightline on you. And when they have no sightline on you, you go back to spawn. And that's where we're at right now, currently. All right. I would have done the same? Absolutely. What would I have done? I forgot. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, here we go. Back away, back away, back away. Okay, I want to show people something on this map in a second. Stop. This is perfect. Okay, I'm going to showcase you something on King's Row chat. Because I think this is something that I've been trying to... I keep showcasing this a lot. All right, so you're playing King's Row, and you lose the first point. Well, heck, what a disappointment that is, right? So I see this happen all the time, where you'll get the point, or the other team will get the point, and your first reaction is you have to get back to the cart. Okay? That's your first reaction, is I got to get back to the cart by any means. But let me show you something. And in Overwatch, it's called a choke. So what this is, right here. You see this little area right here? And then I just touched the green screen. See this all right here? You want to play on your side. Why? It eliminates sight lines, like up there, over here, behind you. If they want to flank, it's going to take them a while. This, right here, this part, you want to stay on the side where the Rein shield is, and don't go past that. You don't have to go past that. Now, maybe you win a couple team fights, you get a little bit aggressive, okay, fine. But stop going to the cart directly right away because you're giving the other team an opportunity to make an easier play when you're on King's Row. This is a good spot to stop at and make those plays. Right? All right, here we go. Now, what's happening, by the way, is the team fight is happening out here. Now, whether or not this works for the team, do you see what's happening, how the team is defaulting to fighting in this position? I do believe in most ranks, fighting at that choke will still benefit your team because more than likely the other team will start to funnel through that choke over and over again. But the only way for that team to be able to get a limbs on you is exactly what you're doing, right? And this could work, but what's going to benefit you more? Winning this with all your ultimates while they got two? Or being able to hold up that choke and forcing more ultimates out because you don't even have to use an ultimate right away. And as you can see right now, they're going to have a 5v3 because you've already lost two of your teammates. So now you're just stuck dying on the cart, which the argument can be, well, you're getting time. But you also use two ultimates to even commit to the idea of sitting on the card here. So eventually this team's going to be able to just kind of grind you down. And you're going to have to back away to the exact spot you're at right now, which is the same choke we were talking about. And now you're back to spawn. So that's why I kind of showed you that whole sequence about how, like, when you play up there, it's okay to get occasional picks, but you cannot trade. So that's why you play the choke. And it's much better for you than that, you playing the choke. You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to point out your Widow has been playing fine. You still don't have a Mercy, so I still don't know where that's happening. But your team overall has played very well, and what I'm looking at right now is their comp, and if you're still, like, playing well against that comp, it also means your supports are playing very well. Because that is not an easy comp to heal. Don't go past the choke. Don't, right there. Nice. Right here. Another example. This is a spot where you can drop your shield. See? Yeah, they can go up here, but guess what? They're susceptible to people on your team who can see them there. They can go left side, yeah, but look at the only angle they have. There's what you do is you create it a lot. You make basically you make it really difficult for the other team. And in a lot of ranks, they're not even going to push through that. They're not going to push through, go for high ground, etc. They're going to literally either A, just do what they did with the ult, or they're just going to run right through that choke over and over again. All right, here we go. I'm confused. What's going on here? Okay, in that situation, there needs to be, like, you had, like, a lot of hesitation there. You'll see me do this sometimes where, like, you just need to make a decision on what you want to do here. It's either you go in there or you don't. And let me rephrase this here. If your teammate commits to going in there, then just go in. Work with your team. If your team doesn't, then you can stay back. But you saw somebody on the point, and you sat there for like 15 seconds. Just go to the point. Go to the point at that point. Make a decision. Be decisive. Hide here if you need to. You can block the point. Like, don't just stand there and wait for something to happen. Because this is exactly what happens. Now you've given them a bit of a snowball on this part of the point. What is snowball? It's basically where you just kind of keep going in over and over again, and they just keep getting the limb on you. They keep getting you. You can never regroup, and then you keep losing a fight. So if you make a decisive decision there, at least you're coming out together as a team. You're going to the point as a team. Right now, everybody's going out one by one. It happens all the time. Right? Happens all the time. Now, I want you to, like, big slam, big slam, big slam. Yep. That's pretty much what I expected to happen, but that's why you shatter as soon as you can. I mean, you can see it happening. Like, your team has never regrouped since that one moment. Like, you just switched off of... Yeah, Brock? Their comp's gonna be tough to go against. One thing that I've gotten good at is being able to shield off diva ults. And a lot of it is just understanding, like, honestly, if you just, like, go into, like, a custom game and watch diva ults over and over again, you'll know the timings. So right there, you kind of just didn't recognize the timing on the ultimate, and you just shield it. Also, in before my next game on Sigma, I don't shield off a diva ult and get rolled by it. Probably will happen, but hey, you know what? Okay, tough start. Now an interesting swap by you, because if they're running the Bastion and you go Zarya, this won't go as well. But thankfully for you, they don't have a Bastion. This is the Mercy Widow now. Yep. Okay, so you're going Zarya because they went D.Va. I understand the pick. That D.Va's going to have no fun against the comp you're on. Okay, the Widow that you were not happy about got an early pick. That was Rez right in front of you. DC Sauce, thanks for the 8 months Savage Prime. Thank you, appreciate it.
Nice.
Please clear out sim turrets if you can. That goes for anybody. If you can clear out a sim turret, clear out a sim turret. Your teammates will thank you. Well, they won't thank you. They'll probably somehow get mad that you didn't tank or something. But, I'd like to think that they would be going, you know what? That was a really good job getting those sim turrets. Also, why are you feeding? You know? This is Silver. So, one thing you're doing, by the way, and I don't know what your sensitivity is, but you're going like, you're doing this thing that can happen where you kind of just like, you aim kind of, you'll do a little bit of this. It just means you're over, like, I think over aiming is a good way to describe it. See this? You're over aiming. You're trying too hard to be so accurate that because of it, you're over aiming. What that means, you just got to kind of slow down what you're doing and be a little bit more patient, and you'll start to minimize on that. It's just over aiming. I have a tendency to over aim sometimes because I play in a high sensitivity. I play in a super high sensitivity, so like I will over aim sometimes, but like over like the years, I try to minimize on how much I over aim. And when you recognize it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Understand the range on your left click. Be aggressive. It's fine to be aggressive here. I want you to slow down for 1 second. Okay, there you go. Perfect. You're good. Also, your Widow is popping off right now. What do you mean? I'm okay with that grab. I know you have this team fight, but I really think that teams struggle on retaking second point here. Now, the Kitsune, on the other hand, not so much, but hey, look at the positive of this. You're already back up to 25% ult charge, because sometimes the perfect grab is a grab that wins a team fight, but also gives you ult charge going into the next one. It becomes hard to track your ultimate. So right now, you want to keep this momentum. You want to set up here. Okay, your Widow is, by the way, I want to point out once again, you mentioned your Widow. Your Widow is absolutely popping off right now. Now, obviously, that's not the case, but like they're popping off. So far, I like the aggression. Remember what I said earlier about the ultimate, chat? How this part of the point can be extremely difficult to retake? Do you see what's happening right now? It's becoming extremely hard to retake. Now, win or lose this team fight, you've kind of given your team a bit of a slight advantage. You know, I really feel like you should just... this is a toughie. This is... Talk about this for a second, okay? You went... Listen, I was gonna say, okay, no, I don't mind the Olymps here, all right? I don't mind the Olymps right here. This is fine, all right? Sometimes you have to trade to make plays happen as a tank. But why would you chase... Don't chase all the way down here. Let me ask you a question. What will be more beneficial? Clearing off this team who now has 5 on point again? Keep this in mind. Keep in mind how much limbs you just got. All 5 here now, okay? All 5. When you get those 2 limbs, just turn around, go and clear the point, and you're good to go. What is this Sojourn going to be able to do for that 5 seconds you sat there and couldn't get to them? They can't peek you. They have 5 HP. They're not going to peek you. They're hidden. They're out of the team fight for a while. So just fall back to your team, help your team. Now, let's say that the Zarya does win this team fight. Let's say the Zarya grabs them. What is the difference? Let me think of a way to explain this. If Zarya has to grab to win this team fight now, what is the difference in what would have happened if the Zarya just came back and peeled to win the team fight? They have to use grab, exactly, to win this team fight. And do you see what happens? How sometimes even like a slight decision like that to overcommit to a team fight is now turning into you having to use a grab you wouldn't have had to use till halfway through third, which could have been an easy way just to snowball all the way through third. Do you see that? So, and it could be a lost fight. I think you'll probably grab this and win this, but point being... is that like you've now created a scenario where you have to use an ultimate you weren't going to have to use to begin with. That was an interesting reaction to the Mei wall. Target focus. Your targets right now. Mei, Ramatra. Be careful of overpushing. Okay, you're fine now. You can use your bubbles more aggressively now, too. Your bubbles are quicker. Stay to the right. Stay to the right to benefit from the Kitsune. Stay in your Kitsune to benefit from the buff. You're going to win now. So what happened there? Your team had to use Mei ult, Kitsune, and Grav all to win that team fight. Do you see what I'm talking about? And what did the other team get to do during that team fight, chat? They got to build their ultimate. So now a team that was going to have no ultimates managed to get out 3 ultimates from your team and now has built their own ultimates. Now, win or lose, that's fine, but that's the type of stuff that you can try to, like, minimize when you're playing Overwatch. And this is how you can win or lose games sometimes, when you give that other team an opportunity to come back into the game when they wouldn't have had that otherwise. Davey, thanks for the feature prize. Thank you, appreciate it. They know the gameplay's at 1 times. All right, so what's the play? What happened with the Kitsune? I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot happened. They have a Mei now. You got to recognize they have ult. Save your bubbles. One of the big parts of Overwatch, and keep in mind, I still struggle with this sometimes. Recognize the ultimates the other team has, so that way you can make a decision based off of what those ults they have, rather than spamming your bubbles and then getting mailed. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. I'm fine with that grab. I actually don't mind this. It's a good grab, and I'll tell you why. The other team now has to react, and basically you're making the other team have to, like, react to your play, which with the ults that you have, you should be able to win this team fight. Like, you should be able to walk right through them now, and then also kind of stagger them out a little bit, which is what you're doing, so this is good. That was a good play. Good ultimate. I also do want to point out, you kept mentioning, like, your Widow and, like, your Mercy during this, but I think your Mercy and your Widow have been playing just fine. And you can, of course, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I haven't seen much where I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I've seen a Widow who gets a good amount of picks, and a Mercy who has done a good job keeping your team alive and you alive, as well as the Kiriko. So, like, I don't think that's an issue of, like, your teammates aren't swapping. I feel like that's just an issue of, like, your team hecked up on a fight and it extended out. So, but yeah. So anyway, just remember that, like, the small things sometimes in Overwatch, that's what can lead to, like, where your team basically lost 2.5 minutes there because of, like, just overcommitting to their spawn. Like, on your screen, you're going, wow, like, I just killed 3 in the backline and we lost that. What's going on? But in reality, you get those limbs, but if you're not helping out elsewhere, you can't expect, like, they had a Ramatra on point, right? Like, that Ramatra is going to be able to make a play. So if you fall back and help your team, you guarantee win that, and now you have 3 ultimates going into the next team fight while they have no ultimates. And that's where, like, those things like that, where you make a play that's good, don't get me wrong, that's why I always talk about, and obviously so far this has been fine. Your team just kind of got rolled for a second there, but, like, I'll pause for a second to mention this. It's like, what is going to be, okay, an example I make is this. If I'm playing D.Va, and I'm getting 2 limbs every single time, but every single team fight that I get 2 limbs, we lose the fight. What is going to be more beneficial, those 2 limbs, or me falling back and preventing whatever play is happening on the team? You get what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by that, is, like, you can make good plays, but you also have to continue to make that play until the team fight's over. So, anyway, do the limbs are more important? True, because then you can look at the scoreboard and be like, oh, I got this amount of limbs. What are you doing? True. I didn't even think about that. Good call. Be careful of going in here. Back away. Back away. Don't worry about anybody else there. Back away. Just go. Even leave your Widow there. Listen. Your Widow, okay. You know what? Good job. I'm glad you saved your Widow. I was just afraid you were going to stay there for too long.
Uh-oh. The payload is moving.
Are you just, like, peeking around the corner to see what they're up to? Wait a second. Just wait. Just back away. Back away. Listen. In this situation, you want to be nowhere where any of these sight lines can see you. See? See up here? See? See right here? You don't want to be in that sight line. You don't want to be anywhere. Just back up to here and then play to retake. Look where your teammates are at. Your teammates still have about 45 seconds left. Not actually 45 seconds, but you know what I mean. All right, back to the Zarya. Patience here. Patience for a second. Okay, you're good now. Back away, back away. Hide behind the wall. Don't just wait. You got lamp out and they're in turret form. You gotta wait there. Okay, now you can start to go in aggressively. Perfect. They got off the point. Wonderful. Let's get the song going. Even better, right? You know what? Yeah, I guess if it doesn't matter what you do in that situation because they got off the point. All right. They could have easily touched the point there. Still, though, I want you to pay attention to your bubbles against that comp, because that's tough. Wait 2 seconds, and I want you to bubble your Bastion if they're still in turret form. Careful. Okay, good job there surviving. Wait 3 seconds. Wait 3 seconds. Wait 3 seconds. 3 seconds. I want you to pay attention to your bubble usage here. You're overusing your bubbles just by a little bit, and that could make or break this team fight. I'm telling you right now, like, you're using your bubbles a little bit too frequently. It seems that it's working out anyway because their Ramattra has decided they're going to run at you in a straight line, so that's helping your team, but, like, you got to be careful on that one. I'm telling you. That Bastion can shred you. Also, your Widow has been dominated in this game, so I don't know where, like, you were getting upset with your Widow. I feel like your Widow has had so many open-in picks that it's been, like, just unreal. If they don't fix one bug in Overwatch and we had to choose which one it is, they better not fix the Ramattra one with the T-pose. Although, chat, I gotta be honest with you, the Reinhardt dance emote one right now is pretty high up there. Have you seen that one? I'm okay with that grab. Good grab. Well played. Good job. I'm okay with that grab. You pretty much win off of that because of overtime spawns. You pretty much win the game. It's overtime spawns. They might be able to get back with Mei and maybe Mei ults you on point, but if the Mei wins off of that, then that's that. Like, that's just GG's. Okay, so just to talk about it very quickly, because you had mentioned a few things, I'm going to be real with you. Like, I think overall, when it came to your Zarya, your bubble usage was being used too much. When you overcommitted to the backline, that's why the round ended up going a lot longer. You said that you felt like the Mercy and the Widow made this game difficult. That was not the case at all. In fact, I think this game would have been over way sooner, and you would have had way more time in any situation if it wasn't for you overcommitting to the backline, trying to trace a Sojourn into the spawn, not get any of those limbs where they're able to get the point, forcing your team to have to use 4 ultimates at once. So, in these type of situations, that's what I mean when you watch this back. I think your Widow played perfectly fine. I think your Mercy was playing perfectly fine. I think your supports are playing perfectly fine. It felt like your team was playing fine. You were playing fine, but there were mistakes that were made across the board sometimes that led to a longer game, and we could see that right in front of us. So you got to work on that one, and I think you'll be in a good spot. Reinhardt gameplay was pretty good. I didn't see much with Ryan where I was like thinking, I think you were fine on Ryan, but you also recognize you couldn't play Ryan against their comp, which is fine. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Sub to all 3 YouTubes if you have. I'm getting close to everyday uploads on all 3 channels. So first channel, a lot of the stuff that you see spectate and play the game bingo videos in general, randomizers. Second channel is a lot of like reacting to stuff. The play the game videos that aren't bingo are on there. Some spectating. We're doing a lot more of the react stuff too, so check it out. Third channel is Rank Games. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. Join the Discord. Follow everything in the description, but the Discord is where you would do that for Smitten Spectating. We record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat right there. If you look underneath, that's Twitch chat. Stop by the stream if you haven't. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.